pairings are brought to you by Liquor Plus. Discover the plus.
A delicious recipe deserves a delicious pairing. We've got this Spanakopita with tzatziki. To help us today is Russell Stefan from Phillip Brewery. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Glad to be here.
Absolutely, I'm glad you're here. Are you gonna help us out? I know we've got the tzatziki's kind of lemony and garlicky, and then the pie's buttery.
Absolutely. So what we're gonna showcase today is Reverb, which is a brand new West Coast IPA for us. West Coast IPAs are always kind of on the bitter side, but they have a lot of citrus notes to them. So I thought that would pair really well with the lemon. And then one of the things I'm excited about is with this West Coast IPA, it's kind of like more of a modern West Coast IPA, which means we've got some kind of rice and corn in the grain bill, which kind of lightens up the body and makes it really crispy. And you know, phyllo pastry and Spanakopita is really nice and crisp. And so I thought that would lend like a nice
that sounds amazing.
play as well. So why don't we get into it?
Okay, yeah, let's please do. I love the cans, by the way. They're looking pretty
Yeah,
good.
beautiful artwork.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks like my dream camping spot right there, actually. All right. All right, I can't wait to try this.
Yeah.
Thanks so much.
You bet. So again, you'll notice some really kind of citrusy, piney notes, some nice bitterness. The other nice thing about bitterness is it can really kind of cut through the richness in food like this.
There's a lot of butter in here, let me tell you. All right, I'm gonna try it first. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's quite different. It's got the bitterness of an IPA, but there's some like kind of a weird sweetness to it. Not weird, like sweetness to it that I wasn't expecting. It was good. Yeah. All right, are you ready to try? So I don't know, do you want to like try the pie, or do you want, I think like the handheld might be better. How are you feeling about it?
Yeah, it works for me.
All right, let's do it. Handheld, we got a little handheld with a little tzatziki on there. I can't wait to try this. It's been sitting here. You can hear that crunch. I'm gonna try some with the beer. That made the beer seem even more tart, actually. It was good. And actually, good cut through. It was like the Spanakopita cut the bitterness, and the bitterness cut the richness of the Spanakopita. That was great.
Yeah, it's actually, the beer is like really refreshing after having a bite of that. Which, you know, the tzatziki is nice and refreshing for that as well. Kind of takes it to a whole nother level with the beer.
I think I need to take another bite of this. This is good. This is one of my favorite recipes. Back when I was vegetarian, it was something I made quite often.
I'm gonna try the other one here too.
Oh yeah. That's smart, I should do that. Like it?
So good, yeah, absolutely. I love these Mediterranean flavors.
Yeah, so do I. It goes really well with this beer, for sure. I was actually kind of expecting a wine, so this was actually a nice surprise.
Well, I mean, wine gets more credit when it comes to food pairings, but beer is really fun to pair with food as well, so love to have us on here.
Totally. I see you brought some other cans. Is that just to show off some of the other
Yeah, exactly. So like I said, this is a new kind of IPA for us, but you can also find it in like a kind of IPA mix pack that we do called the Hot Box. And so these are the other beers that are available in the Hot Box. So, you know, a bunch of different styles. You know, it's nice that, you know, this, like I said, this is kind of our revamped West Coast IPA. In the last couple of years, you've seen a real kind of proliferation of East Coast hazy IPAs. But it's nice to get back to that kind of like clear, nice and bitter, crisp IPA.
Yeah. I guess I should try the pie too. I mean, there's the same filling was used in both, but it does kind of make a different result because there's a layer in the middle that's kind of chewy. And then you still get the crispiness. Ooh, I just had a big bite of Macedonian feta.
Macedonian feta is like a little bit more creamy than typical Greek feta.
A little less salty too, so it's just like, I find it kind of pairs nicely with the spinach. Is kind of a delicate flavor, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think I'm gonna try this vegetables dipped in tzatziki, actually. So good. So you're located down on Government Street, is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. So Government, just off of Pembroke.
Oh yeah, okay.
You know, Phillip's Brewing and Malting Company has been around for over 20 years now. The location where we're at now is just like we've really grown into that space. We've got a really nice tasting room, so you can come visit us any time of the year. You know, I know we're a little bit past summer now, but in the summer we've got a great patio, and we host a lot of events and fun stuff as well. So, you know, concerts in the summer and then events in the tasting room throughout the year. So always worth checking out.
Yeah, for sure. More than just a brewery.
Exactly.
Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me. This was delicious.
It was my pleasure.